If you're looking to get started in a skilled trade, you're probably wondering, how much money can I make? Of course, that makes sense. We all get a job, we all work somewhere to make some sort of money. So that metric to know how much you can make is very important and is probably gonna help you decide on what is maybe the right career path for you. Today, we're gonna be going over union scales, how much you could expect to make an hour at a journeyman level. So today I'm gonna go over probably 10 trades. These numbers are based off contracts and things of that sort. I use this website called unionpayscales.com. I'll have a link in the description where you guys can check it out. It's a pretty helpful website. That way you can see the numbers. If you want to just learn more, see what's out there, see what city pays the most, I think this is a great resource just to kind of see what's out there. Before we continue this video, comment down below what you guys think the highest paying union trade is. I think I know what you guys are gonna comment, but I'm curious what trade you guys think pays the most and where city, I should say. If we look at this website, we can see right off the bat, the top three ones, kind of the top, are electricians, linemen, and telecom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through probably 10 trades. So let's start with electricians. We can click on the wages. They make $91.25 an hour in San Francisco, California. So that's a pretty good high wage. Now we look at the total package, it's $134.84. A yearly salary based on 40 hours of work week is $182,500. That's pretty good money for an electrician. Of course, yeah, it's in San Francisco. I'm not surprised. Let's move on to linemen. We'll go to linemen. We can see here, top paying is $70.14 an hour out of local 47 in SoCal. I think SoCal and NorCal 1245 are the same rate, maybe not. So let's move on to telecom. If we look at telecom IBEW low voltage pay scale, we can see here the highest paying rate for a telecom low voltage person is $56.68, and that's of course in Oakland, California. They have a total package of $85.73, and you can expect to make around $113,360 a year on 40 hours a week. Let's go to plumbers and pipe fitters. We can see here, San Mateo, California, $79.41 an hour. Roughly $159,000 a year on 40 hours a week with a total package of $118.16. Pretty good money. Of course, it's in California. All right, let's look at HVAC techs. All right, highest rate is $74 an hour, and that's of course in Oakland, California. Now, for some of you, of course, don't live in California, so you're kind of like, well, this is kind of stupid because, yeah, all the high scales in California. If we look at Madison, Wisconsin, hourly rate's $54.87. So we're right there in the heart of the Midwest, and that's what you could expect to make there at journeyman level. Since they are union, you could expect, you could do the math, and if you start it as a first step, a first period apprentice, that's typically like 45 or 50% of journeyman rate. And then every 6 months you step, or you advance to the next period of your apprenticeship. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. And then each 6 months you could expect a 5 or so percent pay increase based off the journeyman rate. You could just do the math, $74 times 45%, and that's gonna give you that hourly rate that you could expect to start out as a first step apprentice. This goes for basically all of the trades anywhere, especially union, I should say. All right, let's look at sprinkler fitters. Sprinkler fitters, we have an hourly rate highest of $74.63. And of course, this is in San Francisco, California. So we look at a different state or a different area. New Hampshire, $33.36. So I mean, I don't know. The numbers vary, but of course, it's California is gonna be stinking highest wage. All right, let's look at iron workers. Iron workers, highest hourly rate is going to be 57.76, and that's in New York City. What's cool about the iron workers is their total package is usually where they make their money. So if we look at the total package for local 197 in New York City, the total package is $112 an hour. And the really cool thing about it is their vacation pay, which they get $14.50 an hour. But if we look at Brooklyn's, Queens, or local, 361 or local 40, they get $22 an hour into a vacation fund. That's pretty cool. Now, this was last updated of 10/21/2022. So I don't know how accurate this is, but it's got to be somewhat close. So iron workers, you could expect to make $57.76 an hour. Hourly rate might not be like super great, but it's the total package that really makes iron workers worth it. All right, let's look at sheet metal. If we look at sheet metal, highest hourly rate is gonna be $69.07, which is in San Francisco, California. I'm not surprised there. If we look at like Milwaukee, Wisconsin, they're looking at $55.58 an hour. That's $111,000 a year on a 40-hour work week. But $69.07 is going to be your highest rate. All right, let's look at carpenters. Carpenters union, let's see here. Hourly rate, highest is going to be $63.26, and that's in Oakland, California. Once again, we can look at Long Island, New York, local 740. Their hourly rate's $59.35, but their total package is $116 an hour. I mean, we're looking at a vacation pay, $13.12 an hour, and a contribution pension of $14.31, which is really high. That's great. So in California, you're gonna make a higher wage, but in New York, you're gonna make a better total package overall. So of course, it's different sides of the country, West Coast versus East Coast. And if you're somewhere in the middle, you can probably find your package and your hourly rate kind of in the middle somewhere there too. We're gonna pick one more, and this is the one that all of you probably commented down below, who makes the most money. And this is the elevator union, IUEC. We can find out here, the highest hourly rate is gonna be in San Francisco, California at $77.61. They make pretty good money. Their total package is basically $120 an hour. So on a 40-hour work week, you can expect to make $155,000 a year. On a 40-hour work week, I don't know a whole lot of trades where you're just working 40 hours a week. So these numbers obviously vary, but your hourly rate is going to change too, depending on the overtime structure, if it's time and a half, double time, those sorts of things. But regardless, we look at these numbers out of these 10 trades right here. The top paying trade is electricians in San Francisco, California at $91.25. And your lowest is going to be telecom, low voltage, at $56.68 in California too. Yes, these numbers are going to vary, obviously state to state. Please, I recommend if you're like, this isn't right, my state's way lower. Yeah, if you're in the South, yeah, it's gonna be lower, of course. You guys can go to this website, go check out what the different scales and wage benefits are around your area, your state. I don't know where all of you guys live. I'm just going based off what is the highest scale. And electricians make the most money out of any other trade at $91.25. Elevators, looks like they're coming in at number 3. Pipe fitters, plumbers are number 2. And then linemen and HVAC and whatever. So I know a lot of you think out there linemen make the most money, but electricians probably actually make the same, if not more, obviously depending on location. So yeah, hopefully you guys can learn from this video what union trade makes the most money based on an hourly wage across the country, and maybe you guys can go to that website, check it out. You guys can see what it's like for you in your area, and maybe if there's a trade out there that you guys are trying to pursue, what the hourly rate, if that's something that looks good to you, and maybe you join a union near you to start working towards that journeyman rate. Hopefully you guys learned from this video. With Blue Collar EDU, I'm here to expose, teach, educate you guys about blue collar career opportunities, how to get started in a skilled trade. If you guys have any questions about wanting to get started in any one of these trades, don't hesitate to ask, reach out, ask your questions, austin@bluecollaredu.com, and I'll take those questions and I'll answer them either in an email or in a CTQ. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next video.